I like male company. I like men who are attracted to me, who are interested in me. I like men saying, "Hey, Jen, you're beautiful." I like men, giving me like gifts and things like that. I like when men are like, "Hey, let me do your laundry," acts of service, right? I like all the things. So I love
You have
men
men doing your laundry?
spending time with me. Yes, because they
Acts of service.
Hello, you better stop.
Love language. Okay, so we all have biases. We all have biases, right? You agree? Is it ever okay, or when is it okay to be in a situationship? I'm very curious to hear from both. I actually want Jen to start this one.
Oh, I get to start. Okay.
Yeah, please.
When is it okay? So, and we're talking about my definition of a situation.
Yes, yours specifically, yes.
One of the things that I realized was when I was asked by a few friends, like, "Oh, are you guys like a thing?" And I remember being like, "No."
You're talking about
kind of
after
like
we started the podcast.
In a question.
Are you talking about after we started the podcast or back when we were dating?
No, not. We were never in a situationship. I was talking about my situationship.
Oh, sorry.
What we're calling a situationship.
Okay.
But if you had told me, "Hey, here's a situationship, Jen, do you want to be in one?" I'd be like, "No, that's not a thing." But in going through my process, I think what I realize is that right now in my life, I don't want I don't want, nor am I able to, so I don't have the capacity or the bandwidth to invest in a relationship in the way that I would want and need to build the kind of relationship I want in the future. Okay. So like a marriage type of relationship, full on life commitment. But what that doesn't do is take away the, how shall I say them? Maybe the needs and wants for intimacy. Like I like male company. I like men who are attracted to me, who are interested in me. I like men saying, "Hey, Jen, you're beautiful." I like men, giving me like gifts and things like that. I like when men are like, "Hey, let me do your laundry," acts of service, right? I like all the things. So I love
You have
men
doing your laundry?
spending time with me. Yes, because they
Acts of service.
Hello, you better stop.
Love language.
Right, I love that. That's enjoyable for me.
Yeah.
And so I if I can have a situation where all of that is happening, but yet there is a very clear understanding of how much we can give or how much we can bring, and that I can't give as much as I would like to right now. I have other priorities. I have other focus in my life. Is it foci? Are there foci in my life? Anyway, other things that I'm focused on. And you know that I can't bring my 100%. I also know that you might not be bringing your 100%, right, but we're bringing as much as we can. I think that's a beautiful thing.
And there's a clear
understanding about right? Okay. I know what you want to need. You're willing to do what I want to need, vice versa, all the things, right? I would call it a super friendship. It's not like, instead of a situationship. How about we coin a new term? Maybe it's a super friendship.
It's like a level up.
Come with it. Level up. Let's level up. Okay? Let's level it up. Okay. But I think when you realize that you cannot invest in the way that you want to, but you still want to make sure that you have your needs met, then with clarity, with honesty, and with agreement, then it's okay.
You already know me. I like it.
I like it.
I like it.
You like it? I love it.
There you go.
And I think she's wrong. Like,
I love that.
And I, not from a place of at all judgment. Like I joke, we tease, but I have done it, right? I've done it a fair bit. But
have you done it like me?
Yes, with clear discussions. This is what we both want. Okay, so let's make something work.
Okay.
I had. This is a little bit vulnerable to share, but I guess that's the point of the podcast, is it not?
That's what we're here for.
This is why we're here.
Yes.
I had somebody, we called each other HGFWB, which stands for Holy Grail Friend with Benefits.
Say it one more time. I didn't catch all of it.
Please.
HG FWB. So FWB typically stands for Friend with Benefits,
Got it.
which often means somebody who you're physical with, but there's nothing else beyond that, right? Maybe you guys are friends, maybe you're not, but it's usually usually denotes physical. So for us, though, the reason it was HG, Holy Grail, is that we had a list of things we wanted to do together, and we did everything together. We traveled together, right? We did acts of service for each other, like practically. We listened to the same music, road trips. Our friends met each other, like everything that we could want without having to plan for a long-term permanent commitment. We had during that time, right? We talked through things, we made each other laugh, like we cooked for each other. A lot of it was in the way that Genevieve is describing, beautiful.
So there was romance there, not just
like, and the right amount, the amount of romance that felt appropriate, knowing that we didn't.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like we could do nice things for each other. We were able to express that side of ourselves, the romantic side of ourselves, again without the level of commitment that we might have wanted from somebody who was going to be our life partner.
Yeah.
But so all that said, I still think it's a bad thing. I think it's unhealthy. I think it's the McDonald's or the doom scrolling of relationships.
Okay, what went wrong? We missed that part. We have all the great things, and then something happened.
I'm curious of why it's wrong. So please answer, but I am curious of why it's wrong. Why you feel it's wrong?
Wrong.
Yeah. What do you mean?
I'm using the word unhealthy for a reason. Wrong is different. Than
Sorry, you
unhealthy.
said, and I think she's wrong. So I was just using that terminology.
Okay. I think
go ahead. Yeah, gotcha.
You're right.
Yes.
Right. Unhealthy.
I think you are wrong in saying that it's a good thing. I
didn't say it was a good thing. I said the question was, when is it okay?
Yeah, when is it
I
okay?
described when it was okay.
I mean, okay, fair. So maybe I'll rephrase my answer for clarity. I'm going to keep using the McDonald's example. It's okay to have McDonald's, but it's not necessarily healthy, right? Like the Bible has a verse that says, all things are lawful, but not everything is expedient. All things, you can do anything you want. We can do as humans whatever we want, but not everything is a good idea based on what's healthy for the human body, mind, and spirit. So from that perspective, I think that situationships are almost fast food in the sense of, I think we are made for the degree of commitment and sacrifice and intentionality and endurance that a long-term relationship committed takes. I think that's the healthiest way going through that. It's like going to the gym. There's a resistance that comes with that I think is what we need to be as healthy as we are, right? I think there's also something valid to be single and without that and focused on other things. But I think that this kind of in-between thing is a product of the generation that we're in, where like we do have needs, just like we have needs to eat, which is why we have fries, just like we have needs to be entertained, which is why we have doom scrolling and why we have pornography and all these other things. I think these things they exist, they're legal, they're out there, they're options. But the greater question that I have to ask is, are they actually making us better as a society? If we look a generation down the road, what are the effects going to be if this is the way that we're relating to each other? And my perspective, which is shared by I think some of the people in scholarship, like, is this actually a good thing? I would lean on the side of, I don't think it's going to have a net positive effect on society if people continue indulging if people continue indulging their valid needs and wants in this way, I don't think it's best.
I love that I want to use the word opposing, and that the feminine offered what she offered and the masculine offered what he offered, just because of what's norm in society, whether it's and culture, Black culture, faith culture, whatnot. I think it's very interesting to the viewers that are watching the answers that both gave. So again, I started off with the biases, right? And when it's okay. I didn't ask when it's not okay. So Jen gave her answer. You gave your answer from lived experience. So are you on the side of it's just not okay?
No, like I think people do what they need to do and they want to do, right? People are gonna, I would more say I just don't think it's necessarily healthy. I think it's probably unhealthy. I don't know. My answer could change in a generation from now when everyone's in situationships and then everything's happy. And then the world is so much better, is a better place, right? I could be wrong, right? Maybe we've solved cancer, right? And the result of our situationships is such. But our kids are all happy and healthy and feel secure. Who knows? But I'm doubtful. But it's not a question of okay, because we do things all the time I think humans are, it's hard to be a human in this age. We're doing the best we can.
Yeah.
I'm not super punitive. I just think that we should be considering where we want to go individually and collectively. Where is this taking us? Is this really helpful? Is it expedient?
Before you jump in, it sounds like you want to jump in. I'm going back to the example of ship, right? And the analogy that you gave, holding space. More than one reason for a ship, not just a destination and holding space. And I liked that example. And something that came up when you were both answering my question is, and again, tying into the biases, do we have a negative or positive bias towards situationships? For you, I think it's very apparent how you feel about it. Thank you for your answer, and very apparent for Jen. I value connection, right? So for me, situationship, relationship, monogamy, non-monogamy, connection is high up there. Having our needs met in this space, in this incubator, and exploring that's a high value to me. So I'm curious for you both. Do you see it similarly, or are you like, oh no, I definitely don't look at it like that? This is only permitted to be done when there's a destination in mind, and that is marriage. Everything else is a situation. It's okay, it's not. So that's a very direct question, but I'm curious of your thoughts on that. Sam, if you could go first.
Yeah, I think it depends on an individual's moral compass, because those who are, like, we are our own agents and decision makers. We decide what we do, right? If we're submitted to a religion or a belief system, then that has something to say about what we do. But as individuals, we determine what we're going to do, what's right and wrong for us. What we don't determine is the results of that, right? So if we decide this is right for us, and then it has a net negative on society or on ourselves, that's a different story. So I don't want to put any moral guidelines on anybody else, because they may not share my belief system, my faith, but the reality is, whether they share my beliefs or not, there is an outcome that will come out of their situation and their choices. And I think that's worth considering. Is this going to get you where you want to go as a human, or get us where we want to go? Because sometimes we're individualistic about this. Sometimes it might work for us, and situationships can be that way, right? It's I'm getting what I want, but the other person secretly is weeping because they want something different, and they feel trapped because they don't feel like they can get more out of me, and they don't feel like they can go somewhere else and get enough of what they want that I'm giving them. So I think that's the dark side of situationships. That's a very real complaint that people have. So.
Valid.
I mean, I'm going to talk about me. Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Jen.
At the end of the day, no, I do hear what you're saying, though. I do. That was me being facetious a bit, but I do think that in general, everybody wants to be loved, because it's an innate human need. I think we all desire and are designed for connection. I think we're all created for relationships. That is my bottom line assumption. That's where I come from.
Yeah.
So any and everything that moves us in that direction can be redeemed. Now, when we are manipulating, when we are taking advantage of, when we are mistreating other people intentionally, knowingly, that's on us.
Right.
That's a part of our moral compass, or our moral anorexia, if you will. And so if we are doing that with full knowledge, then we have to check ourselves and change our own behavior. If we're doing that with another person, understanding that our values are being met and our innate human needs are being met, I think that is a completely different story. We all know the difference between a dopamine spike and, oh my God, this is romance, this is fairy tale, this is Disney, and like a long-term, let's rough it out, let's keep going, committed relationship. Both meet needs in different ways over time, but both meet needs. Our inherent need to be loved in whatever ways are, best for us. So I think, like, with that, we can harness the power of what we might call a situationship, which I actually just realized I was in a relationship. Y'all, this was like in the moment realization. I was like, wait a minute.
I hope the man is okay with that
like,
designation.
I think
because on camera like, you have now converted to
like,
being
oh God,
in a relationship with this woman.
I think I done made a mistake. I'm kidding.
I don't think this is usually how relationships start, but hey,
I don't think
we
so
all
either.
have needs, and,
but there are really crazy ways that relationships start. And most people, I mean, if you guys are out there in the interwebs, and you guys have internal fear or like nervousness going on, anxiety around the relationship that you are in or profess to be in, I would say to maybe check back, because you might be in a situationship. You might be in a situationship if you haven't defined where you guys are going in the timeline that you're going in, if there's a ring at the end of this rainbow, according to Samuel anyways, and if all of your needs are being met, and you guys have established that you're fulfilling all of your values. So you might be in a situationship.
And I want to like quickly co-sign that. I think that the reality of why situationships are formed is because they're a more honest version of what people were used to call relationships, right? People felt like they had to lie to themselves or their partner about what they actually wanted. And situationships allow people to be like, I don't know what I want. I don't know how long this is going to be. I don't know how much I like you. I don't know.
Yeah.
And there's more truth and honesty that comes forward. So there's something to be said for that perspective. Even if ultimately the goal is, I want to be somewhere else, is good. There's something to be said for this is where I am.
Yeah.
We all agree on that, which is interesting that we are here in our discussion and we've reached a point of agreement.
Right on time.
What's happening off the top of my head? I want to bring it back to the beginning. With everything that was said, and I know we're still processing in our own way, in our own individual way. Sam, how are you feeling in this moment with everything that has transpired? Energy, perspectives, new ideas, everything. How are you feeling in this moment? Please share, bro.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling kind of clear on my own perspectives. Reliving more of my own experiences, listening to more of Jen's experiences, and I just feel like I'm expanded a little bit. Like I have more space for different perspectives, different experiences. At the same time, I feel like my own are reinforced. So,
wow, that's a win. That's a dub. Jen, yourself?
I'm feeling kind of cheeky, kind of snarky, kind of. I don't know. I was gonna say good, but good is like a weather report. Like the weather is good. I still feel excited. There's a fun feeling. It's like a goodness. It's like a I need a feelings wheel. Somebody give me a feelings wheel. I need to identify what this is. It's like a joy. I feel joyful. It's so much fun to sit down and have conversation with present people, especially males, and just be able to, go back and forth and talk about something that is very serious. And I do recognize that we have made light in some ways, but given the fact that many people are in connection with others or in situationships and their needs are not being met, we don't want to make light of that. We don't want to make light of the fact that people are actually in pain, in grief, in places where they're unable to express themselves or get their needs met, or living in heartbreak, or in the middle, or in the in-between, or anything like that. Like that is actually a really serious situation because it borders on abuse, or being misused, or abused, I should say. So I just want to say that there's something sobering along with the joy and the fun and the excitement of being here and having this conversation. There is also something very sobering about it, and somewhat enlightening or eye-opening around it as well. Yeah.
Thank you for that. It's a good, healthy balance. I'll answer the question really quickly. I am still feeling present. The energy is good. I'm deeply appreciative that you both were willing to give. Sam was giving, Jen was giving. I saw your micro expressions were kind of childlike from both of you at times, which is like, ooh, I didn't know you at that point in your life, but the fact that you allowed that version of yourself to be present and to come out and to see me and to allow me to play with you in that way is deeply touching for me, and that helped to boost and fuel me. I felt like I'm feeling like also there's so much that I've learned about you. I've known Jen for a while, but even in this conversation, there's so much I've learned about Jen that I wasn't aware of, that I value, and yourself, right? Our first time being in person, that I value, that I'm going to take with me, and that's only going to enrich my own journey, walking this earth and this body. And lastly, your perspectives are giving me a lot to think about when I quote unquote compare it to my own. And for me, yeah, I want to continue sitting with it, exploring it. My biases, I guess, when it comes to situationships is I value awareness. I value growth, like you said. I value progression. The destination for me is to be determined, but I want to be inclusive with the person. Let's talk about it. Just have conversations about it, versus there are hidden expectations and there are doors that are closed and there's a jack in the box and I'm caught up. I don't value that at all. So for myself, it's connection, it's being present, and it's let's have fun. Let's have fun each step of the way. And fun could look different for everybody. But as long as we're doing it together and we're honest about it, I'm here for that. Yeah. Yeah.
Kwesi, thank you so much for being our guest today. Thank you for facilitating this conversation.
Thank you.
Anything that came out as far as, our perspectives, any fun that was had was facilitated by you, right? And not in small part by the way that you've chosen to show up today, by the table that you set, the foundation that you set. So we are really grateful to you for being our guest on today's podcast. And thank you, everyone who is watching or listening to this. We really appreciate you. We could not do this without you. We're doing this for you. We're sharing because we value being vulnerable, talking through things. We're not perfect. We're still figuring it out. But hopefully we can support having a conversation. You having a conversation with yourself or with your support team or systems, friends, family, the relationships that you're in, to further along you getting towards what you want in a happy, healthy place for yourself. So if you're listening to this, if you're watching this and you have not yet, please subscribe, like, share. We really do appreciate the support so this can get to as many people as possible. And we will see you on the next one. Thank you so much.